All right, good morning. It is my privilege to introduce Ellie Royal, who might just have the coolest last name I've ever heard. Aside from having an absolutely regal surname, Ellie is funny, she is smart, she is endearing and bubbly and always welcoming. I've enjoyed doing Facing History and Ourselves with Ellie, where she offers fresh perspectives and a kind spirit as a Facing History and Ourselves student leader. I am certain you all will enjoy hearing from her today. Without further ado, I give you the one and only Ellie Royal.
The unplanned moments are the ones I most remember. That was made very clear to me 2 summers ago when I joined a group of my friends on a 4-week trip sponsored by my sleepaway camp, Jacob's Camp, where I've attended almost every summer of my life. One weekend, we were given the choice of where we would spend a couple of days of our trip. I didn't think that this would be a big deal until I ran into a predicament. I realized that I did not feel passionately about any of the weekend activities offered. So, like most indecisive people, I decided to let my friends decide which activity we would choose. In other words, I was willing to follow the crowd. Everything was going smoothly until I realized that the chosen weekend activity included long hikes, cooking our own food on the trails, sleeping on the ground without tents, and not to mention the glow-in-the-dark, phosphorescent scorpions that crawled around our sleeping bags at night. For those of you who know me, you probably know that sleeping outside with scorpions isn't really my thing. As the hike approached, I quickly learned that I just had to deal with it. But that's not the only thing I learned. The hike was around 40 miles. Of course, I didn't worry about how long the hike would take. Instead, I was nervous about all the things that could possibly go wrong. While some of the more rational fears of hiking might be bug bites or getting lost, my hiking group found that we had different types of things to worry about. On the first morning of our journey, we settled down in a field surrounded by cows, and each group was instructed to begin cooking our first meal of the day. However, as we opened our backpacks to get out the pots and pans and gas stove needed, we soon realized that we had left all of our food at the previous campsite. We then had to seek out help and support from other groups, as we each had to ask for a portion of their food so that we could eat for the day. Another issue arose on the second day, when I found my entire backpack covered in gasoline. Soon realizing my friend accidentally forgot to turn the gas stove off before packing it back up into my backpack, thus resulting in my backpack and belongings being covered in gas. However, on the last night of sleeping outside, I remember looking up and seeing the stars and moon covering the sky. Seeing the night sky in all of its glory made me realize that the little things that may have gone wrong during our trip were the things that made the experience worthwhile and memorable. That's when I knew that no matter what had happened, I was on a trip of a lifetime. The option I took along with my friends turned out to be the most fun and memorable of them all. Overall, I learned to laugh at the little things in life that go wrong and cherish the things that go right, such as the early morning sunrises and scenes of lush hills and beaches, the friendships I made and the laughs we shared, further learning that I actually do enjoy hiking, and lastly, that scorpions really aren't that scary after all. As I look back on my 12 years at St. Mary's, I realize now that every option I choose has helped shape me, just as I learned that the mistakes we make along our journey both teach us lessons that will last a lifetime and that we can turn our mistakes into positives. Realizing that looking back, we can laugh at and realize that our mistakes, such as forgetting our food or covering our entire backpack in gas, are what make these experiences in life so memorable. Thank you.